Hey YouTube, this is the Everyday Prepper bringing you another edition of the Everyday Carry Essentials, and we're talking about cording today. And let's just get right into like what types of cording is out there. We're going to talk about how you can carry the cording on your body and some of the uses that you could use it for. So first of all, in terms of the types, you have everything from like bank line to paracord, different types of twisted and braided nylon and polyester cords. You have like jute twine. You got all kind of things. Everything from synthetic to man-made to natural. Everything's out there. And so, what would you pick? Now, for me personally, I think that after I've tried pretty much all of those, besides Kevlar cording, I think that might be just a little overkill for our applications. You don't need a lot of this cording. And I'm talking about between 5 to 12 feet is all that you would probably need on person. This is everyday carry. We're not going out there and surviving for a year in the woods. So basically, maybe something like this 550 Type 3 US made mil spec parachute cord, also known as paracord, would do the job. And so that's what I would recommend. And I make sure that I get the real deal. It's made out of nylon, not polyester. And they make different diameters of paracord. There's different kinds, there's different colors. There's so many different aspects about paracord. You want to do your research, make sure you get the real stuff. There's a lot of Chinese junk out there. There's a lot of fake stuff, but I like 550 Type 3 because it has this one in particular, 550-pound test. The diameter is which is referred to as Type 3 because it has actually 7 internal strands and an outer sheath. Sometimes they have as many as 9 internal strands. So there's Type 1, Type 2, and there's different even variants within each type. This one's Type 3. Then they have even Type 4 and 5, I do believe. Some of those are a little bit harder to find, but Type 3 is the most popular, and I think it kind of works in terms of for the human body and the hand. It works really well. So it makes really good wristbands. Sometimes they're called paracord bracelets. They also make really good ankle bands. You can also take your shoelaces out of your shoes and replace them with paracord. You can also wrap paracord around your belt to give you extra there. You could put it also in your maybe your pocket organizer. You can also put it as a key fob on your key ring. So that's different ways to actually carry it. Now, in terms of what you would actually want to use all this stuff for, well, there's all kinds of uses. I'm going to just scratch the surface here. But the first thing would be a category of repair. It could be to replace that belt. If you had a leather belt and it broke, an emergency belt, maybe emergency suspenders, maybe one of the straps on your backpack broke. You can use that to mend that. Maybe one of the shoelaces broke. You could take some of your paracord off of your survival bracelet or wherever you want to call it, and replace and repair your shoelace. So you got repair. You also have food procurement. Food procurement is going to go really far in terms of like fishing. You can definitely take this and take the internal strands of the paracord and tie them together and create a nice long fishing line. And so even if you only had, let's say 5 feet of paracord, because there's 7 internal strands, that 5 feet times 7, and this is not even counting the outer sheath of the paracord, that's going to be 35 feet plus the extra sheath. So that's 35 feet of fishing line just on 5 feet of cord. So you can see how cool this is. And so not only can you do fishing lines out of this, but trap making. You could do snare wires and all that kind of stuff as well. And the next thing would be first aid. You can do, if you really had to, you could take some of the internal strands out of the paracord and make them into like emergency sutures. It would be horrible, but you could definitely do that if you had nothing else. You could also use the paracord in its entirety as a tourniquet if things got that bad and you were, losing blood that fast. You can also use paracord as like a dental floss on a lighter note. And so let's just talk about the last, thing I would use it for, just kind of as an example. A security trip line. So it could be like a bell alarm or a camp alarm. There's different ways to rig alarms for perimeter security with paracord. And in the last resort, you could use it also to bind someone. If you didn't have handcuffs or, let's say, like zip ties to bind someone, when you're waiting for someone like a law enforcement to come to your rescue or to assist, and you had enough people to subdue the criminal, you could bind them and tie them up with paracord, hands, feet, and so forth. So those are just some ideas for the paracord. Thanks for watching the series. Thanks to all the new subscribers and to all the subscribers from my other channel, The Art of Prepping. Thank you for coming over, for being a part of this channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy this series as we build on different foundations. And I wish everyone a safe and productive day. And I'll catch you later.